What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, world? Sports Game Vision back. Your host, Hank, is in the building. Again, don't want to hold anyone too long. Try to keep these vertical lives kind of short. Just talk a few topics as you see there. Uh, I can't remember everything I had on there. I know Jayson Tatum's on there. Clip that I found about with Gary Payton talking about the NBA. Is it soft? Do you consider it soft now? And then also talking a little bit about wrestling. We got uh, Daniel Bryan possibly retiring, and also Shane McMahon. Is he making a comeback? He had a interesting meeting with somebody recently that might get him back into the wrestling business. As you jump in live, please make sure you like the content. It helps push the channel forward. And yeah, basically, the first thing I'm going to talk about is Jayson Tatum. Um, he came out with a comment about his benching. We all seen the internet meme where he looked very disheveled about being on the bench and not getting any playing time. He had that look on his face like, man, this is some nonsense. This is some BS. He got benched against Serbia. Didn't get any minutes. I thought he could have played some. I don't. I know Steve Kerr came with this um, lineup where he felt Jayson wasn't going to be able to help. I don't think that's true. Jayson's almost like 6'10". He could probably pretty much defend every position except for the big bruisers, like Jokic or Embiid. But beyond that, he can definitely do his thing. Um, but he came out with his own statement. He says, "You win a championship, new contract, which is the biggest of all time right now, NBA 2K cover, Sports Illustrated. So after all that, it's definitely a humbling experience." And I'm pretty sure he was very upset. You could look at his face like, man, he wanted to say some very choice words to Steve Kerr. Probably the fellas going there, "What's up, man?" Probably, "Man, get off me." Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was very upset about not playing. All world talent just won a championship. A lot of people would probably say, "Hey, he probably could have been the MVP, maybe." Jalen Brown got it instead. A lot of people say, he shouldn't have gotten it. I mean, Jayson. But either way, he was in the running. He helped the team win a championship, and then get benched like you're just some role player. And I guess with all the talent on the world team, the USA team, sometimes it's kind of like you are a bench player or a role player. But I don't really agree that he probably should have sat out. I do feel like he could have absolutely helped that team against Serbia. But I know that they wanted to put the Joel out there to help. Yo, yo, yo! I see you. If I'm saying your name right, Gotti 2K. Yo, yo, yo! You in the building? Like, and subscribe. We talk about Jayson Tatum. Do you guys think he should have been benched? But of course, he came back the next game and was got a lot of playing time. And then Joel Embiid got benched. I don't know if you've seen his face. Was a facial expression or face card? He was upset too. He didn't get any minutes. When you look at the box score, they don't even show his name. Like, goodness gracious, like, he's not even part of the team when they played South Sudan. They played him the last time. One of my partners brought it up that um, Joel Embiid, the game was really close when Joel played. Now this game, it wasn't as close. Now we got KD back. So that does make a difference. But maybe that was a reason why Steve Kerr benched him this time and didn't give him any minutes. But he definitely got an overall facial expression like, man, don't talk to me right now. So it's just like Jayson Tatum did. But yeah, I mean, when you playing with other great players, sometimes um, think you're gonna get humbled sometimes. Sometimes you will get humbled as far as how you play when you play. I'm sure when people play with Kobe and all that stuff, there was some humbling experiences there too when you used to being the guy, the man, but to not get any PT time, that was wild. That was real wild. But you guys let me know in the comment section what you think about uh, Jayson Tatum getting benched, and now inversely, um, Joel Embiid getting benched, and he'll probably play against Puerto Rico maybe. We'll see. That's coming up what tomorrow or Saturday. They'll go for another win to try to get the gold medal. Next, I don't have a quote, but it was definitely something that I saw on the internet. I don't know if you guys have saw it. Was the shout out to Joy D'Angela. She does commentating with the Big Three, social media influencer. She's on some other shows too, but she's getting a lot of good interviews out there. She had one a while back with Dr. J and some of the old time legends. When she got another legend, I guess you can call him old time too a little bit. The glove, Gary Payton. She put a clip out about Gary Payton calling the league, the NBA, soft. I don't know if you guys feel it's that way or not. We know the league is definitely different. It's a lot of running gun, it's a lot of 3-point shooting, and as far as you know, the old school play was inside out. Now it's outside and drive in. Really, they're not really tossing it into the big man besides a few people. But yeah, I mean, the game was more physical. You got into the lane, you were going to get hit, you were going to get touched. Now, you know, you can't do anything, and if you do touch the driver, you're probably going to get a flagrant what one or two, whichever one's the worst. I guess it's the one. And they look at the scoreboard at the replays, which I like the replays. I do like the replays. It does help the game for some costly mistakes. They got to fix the challenges as far as if you're if you win them, that you don't lose the opportunity to use it again. You can't overdo it, but you don't want to make the game too long. It'll be like football and baseball, but you want to be give these guys the opportunity to use them if they win it. But I also listened to a clip about with Gilbert Arenas, and he pretty much said that whatever era you came from, probably you're going to enjoy their game better, and also more than likely that era is going to say the era before them was weak and soft. And think about it. I mean, I watched a clip of Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain going at it. And I've heard Wilt talk about a lot of times how much tougher and better he was than some of the guys that were out when he was alive during that era, when Shaq and them came in the league and Robinson and all that. But every era is going to feel like they're better, but the game changes and evolves, which Gary Payton pretty much said in the clip as well that the physical play is probably not coming back. The league wants to keep it open for entertainment purposes. You know, scoring is sexy. It is. Even when back in the day when video games came out, you just wanted to shoot the three all day. Even playing outside, you wanted to shoot the longer shots to get more points. And it's like hitting a home run in baseball. That's what everybody wants to see. The touchdown in football, the long 99-yard, throw or run. Everybody wants to see that. And that's what scoring is now, right now, the explosion of scoring. Physical play won't be back unless it represents the way the society plays. And of course, I feel like sports represents society and how society is. And, the way they played back then mirrored how society was, the toughness and all that stuff. Now you don't have to worry about some of the things they had to worry about. So it reflects in the game, in the rules, and just also just innovation. People, the dribbling moves. People used to complain about how the NBA was too stiff. Now you got guys that can cross you over and bring it into the real game of the NBA. They mixed it up. One of the few true ballers, street ballers, Skip to Malou. Ray for Austin was one of the first guys to bring it from the streets to the league. And then you want to put Allen Iverson in there, Jason Williams, White Chocolate, as they called him. The game evolves, and the NBA is pretty good at making changes to make it better for the fans, and they listen to the fans. They've done it a lot, really, with fans complaining, and they're going to do what's best for the bottom line as well. And that's the end of it. The physical play will not probably come back unless again, it benefits the league and what the fans want, what society is pushing. Thank you very much, everybody, for showing up into the room right now. Sports Game Vision, Hank is your host. I appreciate you, and make sure you hit them like buttons and help the channel grow. Appreciate you being here. But yeah, as far as that is concerned, yeah, the league isn't coming back now. as far as coming back, as far as physical play. Now, another thing that I put in here, I think I put it in the title of the video, is streaming. Streaming is at an all-time high. We're streaming this right now, so to speak, right? But when I'm talking about streaming, I'm talking about paying, what you got to pay for. And we talked about the cable cutters. Everybody wants to be a cable cutter. I'm from the generation where a lot of this stuff got introduced. When you're talking about Napster and LimeWire and all this stuff, it hit the industry so hard that they had to find a way to recover income and innovation to bring people back into the pay model. So they've done it. I mean, you really not cutting cords right now if you're gonna stream. Besides finding another way to get it absolutely for free, you're gonna have to pay. Right now, there's another. I'm saying all this because there's another model coming out pretty soon with Warner Brothers, ESPN, and Fox for $43 to $45 a month. You get all these different sports contents coming together, a streaming bundle. But if you add that along with the fact that if you got the Warner Brothers would be what, HBO. If you got a plan for that, then you got Netflix, and then you got Amazon, and if you got Disney or Hulu, and all these things add up, you might as well have kept your cable package. It'll add up to the same thing that you were paying with cable. The only difference is now you got probably 24-hour access to watch anywhere from any platform, from your phone to your tablet to your computer to your television. You got so many ways to watch it, but you're definitely gonna have to pay. And at the end of the day, it's very costly. I wish that they would kind of stop trying to charge more and more and more money. I've cut out a lot of them. A lot of those services, they're easy to get into, and then they just keep raising the prices, and then they're coming up with all these different bundles now, making it even harder for you to pay for this stuff. Because now, like pay-per-views and all that, you're thinking that you're getting this stuff for free from joining up for, let's say, this Warner Brother, ESPN, Fox. You get there, you're still gonna pay like a $90 fee to see the pay-per-view, and not giving you no big discount to watch the fight or the event. You put 10 $5 $10, you're gonna pay that back in taxes. So yeah, this streaming thing is really crazy. But they've caught on to the model where everybody, cutting their cord and finding a way out of it, from the music side to the film side to the television side to now the sports side. They're trying to price gouge us in every kind of way. I hope that they can give us some more back and stop taking. But it's very expensive. Shout out to everybody that's trying to make it. They're even taking away the people sharing. Like you get a plan, maybe you shared it with about 4 or 5 people, and then someone else get a plan, they shared it about 4 or 5 6 people. They taking that away now. They blocking people. They're forcing you to subscribe and pay the extra fee. So yeah, it's getting tougher and tougher out here. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to sign up for it. Um, it'll be a moment by moment basis. When I need to watch something, hey, I'll sign up for the month or something and cut it right back off. There's too much to you have to worry about when you got all these other bills to worry about. And we all know gas went up, food went up, clothes then got more expensive. What else? Rent, water, mortgage, everything. Everything's more expensive. So we trying to survive out here and win as well. So shout out to everybody that's trying to get it done. But yeah, but that's I thought that was crazy. Another streaming service. It's good that we have options, but it's just getting too expensive. We got news today that Gordon Hayward is going to retire. I don't know if you guys saw that. Shout out to him. Nothing to sneeze at, nothing to be upset about. 14 years in the league is amazing. He's in their pension plan. Um, he got traded last year. The GM or whatever made that smart remark, and it sucked that he made that remark about him. He faced a lot of injuries, and the one thing about me, I always had that hope that guys will come back. You know, a lot better. It's very hard to come back from tough injuries and be the same player. So I'm giving up that thought for now on, and just let guys, kind of work their way in. And if they do, they do. They don't, they don't. I thought KD was a miracle. I thought Paul George, with his major injury, was a miracle. I even said, I think Boogie and Isaiah Thomas, the newer one, was kind of a miracle too. They came back and they played pretty well. They obviously they don't get the chances that these other guys got, but definitely very very good players and probably do deserve something in the league. But yeah, shout out to Gordon Hayward. And I'm looking at this too that Paul George, who I just mentioned, is the last person in that draft. What is it, the 2010 draft or something like that? Yeah, that's it. He's the last one in that in yeah. Let me see, 2010. Yep, he's the last person. He just signed that big mega contract with Philly. Let's see what he does there. But yeah, shout out to Gord, man. Nothing to be upset about. Praises to you. You had a 14-year career, man. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. He said, was I alive when Tupac died in '96? Yeah. Rest in peace, Pop. Um, let's see here. I was going to talk about as well Daniel Bryan. Um, and all the people that's in the live, again, thank you. Thank you very much for showing up. Please like the content, help the content grow, the platform grow. And thank you for being here. But we're talking about a little about wrestling right here. Daniel Bryan, or I might be calling the wrong one, Bryan Danielson, all that stuff. AEW, though. He's in AEW right now. And Bryan Danielson, I always call him Daniel Bryan because that's the way I knew him from WWE. But Bryan Danielson is in AEW. He's going to go for the AEW World Championship, going all out. The all out pay per view coming up soon. He's going to face Swerve Strickland, another WWE guy that went over there and is doing big things. Great champion right now. But he's, Daniel, Bryan Danielson has had faced a lot of injuries himself. That's one of the reasons why he retired for a while in WWE. He's had a slew of injuries in AEW as well. But he's come out and said that if he loses this match, he's going to retire. Now I know that the time is coming up to where he's probably going to do it. I know he's got a family. Um, he's already said he wants to be on the more training side, back end of it at some point. But he's got a lot left in the tank. I feel as far as wrestling, he's still a great wrestler. I don't know if this is storyline or not, or is he going to get a shot? Is he going to get a chance to win that belt? Which I feel he should get it once before he hangs it up in AEW. I've been shocked that the belt never got put on him already, especially when he left WWE. Vince was trying to woo him back before he left to stay there. I thought they was going to they couldn't do it because it was Roman, the bloodline. They wasn't going to give him the belt at the time, but they were doing everything they could to keep him there. And he's helped AEW a lot. Um, but do you guys think he's actually going to hang him up? Because there's a great chance he loses this match. It creates great intrigue on the match coming up. People will want to see Swerve win. People want to see Daniel win. And I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to have their hearts pouring out for Bryan Danielson to win. And of course, I keep calling him the other name because that's what I'm used to. Yes, I know it's scripted, but it's a good show. You should go watch it. Um, but yeah, man, I just think that you know it's going to bring great intrigue to see whether he wins it or not. Hope he isn't hanging it up just yet, but we're going to find out pretty soon. Next week, he's going to face Jeff Jarrett in a match, who is another legend, and to prepare for Swerve and show that he's ready to do whatever it takes to win the belts. But also in wrestling world news, also in AEW, I don't know if you guys caught that Vince McMahon's son Shane is had a meeting with Tony Khan, the owner of AEW. They have mutual friends. There's been rumor for a while that Shane wants to talk to him and maybe get back into the business. We know he wrestled and was doing stuff on the back end in WWE before his father, got out of it, sold the company and all that stuff, and before he walked away and came back. But it's going to be very interesting to see if he pops up in AEW. I feel that it'll be a great pop for the wrestling business and for AEW, especially to have him come in, the poster child, the the person that should be owner of WWE, go to AEW, the rival, so to speak, and do whatever they're going to do storyline over there. Whether he's the wrestler, whether he comes in with a storyline that says he bought AEW, like when he said he owned WCW when his dad took over the company in the early 2000s. Be very interesting to see what they can do with that. I think it's going to be a surprise. I do think he's going to show up. I just don't know when, but I do think he's going to show up in AEW with that storyline. I thought it was very interesting. What you guys think about it? Let me know if you're going to watch All In, see if Daniel's going to win the belt, and what you think about Shane maybe going to AEW. Yeah, but that's pretty much all I've got. I did see this note here that says Carmelo and Lala Anthony's son Cayenne is the number one player in New York right now. So that's awesome, man. Awesome. I want to see Cayenne do well. Didn't he drop like a 50 ball recently in was it the circuit or whatever AAU circuit? Yeah, it'd be very interesting. Carmelo, I had nothing but love for him in this game. Would love to see his son take it. He looks like he could take it maybe further than Dad. You got games, so we can see what's going to happen. Of course, once you get to the collegiate level and the pro level, things can change quickly with talent and with how much you develop. But rooting for him, and hopefully he has the level of his dad and can take it further. Maybe get that championship that his dad wasn't able to get in the league. But yeah, he's definitely a top prospect. His dad's already saying he's recruiting him for Syracuse. That'll be pretty interesting to see him go there. Um, but yeah, guys, like I said, that's it for today. Nothing much. Didn't want to hold everybody too long. The only further thing I see here is wrestling related, and it's WWE this time. We know the WrestleMania is going to be in Vegas, no, Las Vegas, Nevada. Stone Cold stays in Nevada now. He just came out with a quote saying, "I wasn't going to leave Nevada, but WrestleMania is going to be here pretty soon." So he might pop up with another match. He didn't show up for the historic Bloodline showdown. That would have been an awesome spot where the Undertaker popped in. That was supposed to be Stone Cold giving The Rock the stunner in the middle fingers. So let's see what happens this year. What other storylines that The Rock probably is going to be facing for the title at WrestleMania. He's going to do something important. We know that he's going to be there. So we'll see what the final boss has to say, and maybe the Stone Cold comes in and does something crazy because that was great. Two greats that made the business explode in that late '90s, early 2000s. So shout out to everybody that jumped in here today. I appreciate you here at Sports Game Vision. This is a vertical live, popping in, talking some topics. Um, we talk all type of sports on this channel, mainly basketball, wrestling, but I talk football, baseball. You see on my platform, I just talked about, and shout out to the women for winning the gold medals and bringing them home and then gymnastic competition. And then we'll talk about a little bit about that boxing situation on the back end here. Check my video out. That's going to come out probably on that. And yeah, thank you again. Like this content. We will be back with another one. Peace.